Baby, I just don't get it. You enjoy being hurt. You know you smell the perfume, makeup on his shirt. Chapter 13, Dead End Drive. Jesus. The phone rings in your ear, and you're watching horror. Tyson glances at the call ID and Cotton's call. Cold dread fills your chest as the line goes silent. Tyson, who was that? He looks dumbly down at the phone in his hand, and you can almost see the gears churning in his head as he thinks about his next move, before finally heaving a sigh. I'm sorry. We didn't mean for it to be a secret, but Dust didn't want to tell any of you over the phone, and tell us what? We were kind of together. What? I cannot say anything. I know, I'm so sorry, but I promise it has nothing to do with what killed her. Just give me a chance to explain, please. I just stare into Tyson's eyes, taking the quiet pleading, and you can't but think of Destiny. She gave me that same look when she asked if I thought she was a killer, and even though all signs pointed to her, she wasn't. My intuition hasn't steered me wrong yet, so I should just listen to it. But after everything Tyson's held back from me, can I really trust him? I have to. There have been so many people I haven't trusted, and I can't help but think that if I had, things might have turned out differently. He was silent and fixed Tyson with a look. I'm listening, but you better tell me everything, starting from the beginning. I'll tell you everything, I promise. In truth, things between me and Destiny were kind of an accident. She was the only one who knew I wasn't in school anymore. And since we were both home on the island, we hung out a lot. At first, it was just, scratching an itch. She was lonely, and so was I. But then things kind of evolved. Cousin blushes furiously, and Miss Tony keys at the thought of your sister's love life. I know I said I wanted to know everything, but feel free to skip the details. Right, sorry. As we made things official, Destiny was super hung up on the promise we made not to hook up with in the group, so that everyone would think she was a hypocrite since that was Friday in the first place. Hence the stupid code name and all the secrecy. Exactly. I want to tell you guys, but she insisted, and you know how persuasive she could be. How persuasive she could be. How persuasive she could still be in the afterlife. Sorry. That was me for you. She treated like a dirty little secret rather than own up to the fact that she broke a stupid high school pact. She dumped me the night she told us about LA. Things finally made a little more sense. I think to her we were always temporary. Wow, sorry. That's super not cool. It was kind of rough, but I understand that she had to do what was best for her. Honestly, it's kind of nice that you tried to honor her wishes even after she was gone, especially since you didn't want to keep that secret to begin with. Everything was such a mess when you told her she died, and by the time I finally got meant to say something, I just didn't want that to be what people remember about her. I'm so sorry, Jesse. I know I shouldn't have kept this from you. I just couldn't betray Destiny's memory either. Wow. So you didn't know. Destiny. Even if she was a little self-centered at times, I'm glad she had someone who cared about her as much as you did. In hindsight, it probably wasn't the right move, but I was trying to do the best I could for her and you. I understand. If anyone knows how hard it could be to make the right decision, it's me. Thank you for hearing me out. It means a lot to me that you trust me enough to listen. Of course, you've been friends for so long, I owe you that much. So, we're okay? Size jumped to yours were blinded in a flash of hope, and you shoot back a shy smile. Yeah, we're okay. And if you want to talk about business stuff, I'm here. Can't imagine how hard that must have been for you. Having to pretend you weren't as close as you actually were. If you want to process any of that, just let me know. I don't think it's really hit me yet, but when it does, I'll let you know. Right now, I need Moses' hug. Tyson steps closer, sweeping you in his arms. Almost lucky to appear in the doorway. Hey! Oh, sorry, am I interrupting? Of course not. What's up? Lucky shoots Tyson in a pointed look, and he holds up his hands. I know that look anywhere. I guess I'll leave you to it. Lucky holds the door for him, closing it quickly once he passes through. Okay, what the hell's going on? said I just walked in on. Before she could finish, you go and collapse into a nearby chair. Everything's fine. If you consider Tyson make my sister fine. Whoa, what? Tyson was Destiny's mystery partner. And he just dodged that out of the blue. Well, no. He used their phone to call the contact and his phone rang. And it doesn't seem weird to you that he would just keep that info from us until he got caught. He's not the only one who was caught in a lie, remember? Sure, but he's the only one of us who's been caught in multiple lies, Jesse. I think Tyson might be the killer. What? No. Jesse, think about it. At the very least, you have to check. Fine, I'll check, and I'll prove that Tyson is the killer. And of course, whatever's going on, we'll figure it out together, I promise. The sounds of the house settling bring your attention back to the space outside this room, and you can't help but notice how quiet it sounds. Hey, where's Zaire? Relax, they're outside. Lucky turns to lead you to where she left Zaire in the kitchen. Only to find Tyson and Zaire chatting at the table. There you two are. So I think you two were talking about me. Of course not. But before you can say another word, Lucky turns to you with fear in her eyes. Jesse, Zaire doesn't know. You can't leave the moment tie without warning them. Something you two want to share. Trying to find Tyson and Zaire looking at you curiously, and you get an idea. I was just wondering if you two could help me clean up a little. Free of multiple murderers and all attempts at keeping people out, instead of total messenger. You turned to Lucky with wide eyes, hoping they say everything you can. Lucky, how about you and Tyson take upstairs, and Zaire and I will work on stuff down here. Good idea. Lucky heads for the stairs, but with Tyson joining her, and Tyson frowns. I should help down here. Brian did a number on our defense, and it's gonna be pretty hard to get all those boys back up. Not to brag, but the soft boy lifestyle has gotten me used to manual labor, and I'm tall enough to reach without standing on anything. No offense, Zaire. None taken. Oh. Get Tyson? I can't. This can get suspicious. Looks like I'll have to find another way to get Zaire alone. That would definitely be easier. Thanks. No problem. You help Lucky, and we'll take care of things down here. You feel Lucky's eyes on you, but you ignore her gaze, your mind racing to come up with a new plan. Okay then, you guys start down here, and I'll bring you back a hammer to tighten up some of those loose boys. And I'll go get started up the stairs. You follow Lucky up the stairs, and as you reach the top, you pull her aside and lower your voice. So much for warning Zaire. What do we do now? We can't leave them together down there for too long. Zaire's a sitting duck. We don't know that Tyson's the killer. Besides, as long as we're around Zaire's safe. We just need to make our presence known and look out for opportunities to let them know what's happening. Hey Jesse, what's the hammer? Coming. You opened the closet door and Dig went out before hurrying back downstairs. One hammer present and accounted for. Thanks. But as you hand the two over, you don't leave, and Tyson pauses. Something wrong? No, I just want to thank you for being open with me. I know it couldn't have been easy, but it's so nice to have everything out in the open. For a moment, Tyson looks at you warily, then cracks a smile. Yeah, it's a pretty big weight off my shoulders too. How does Zaire take the news? You know over to what Zaire is trying to work. Tyson pauses. Alright, haven't mentioned it yet. Don't you think you should? Of course, but it's not exactly the easiest news to break, and it's kind of personal. I like to do it my own time. Before you can respond, Zaire cries out from across the room. Damn it. You okay? You hurry over to find them discarding shards of broken glass into a heavy newspaper. Fine, just took myself. Here, let me help you with that. You crouch down beside them, at Tyson's sight, and with a shaky breath, you lower your voice. Listen, Zaire, we don't have much time. Tyson, I think I'll help too. Out of nowhere, Tyson kneels next to you, and you climb up. Zaire looks at you strangely. What were you saying about Tyson, Jesse? Yeah, what I miss? Turn to look at Tyson, and you find his eyes locked onto yours. Nothing, really. Just... pretty sure this used to be a gift from you. Just to the remains of the old photo frame. The picture behind the smashed glass of your crew, and all alive and well, and you pluck it from the mess. I was hoping we can get it cleaned up when you saw what happened to it. And what? Pray I never noticed? Come on, Jesse. I'm more observant than that. Well, I was thinking than you think. Sarah slipped the photo out of your hand and gazed at it wistfully. This is the last time we were all together. Before you went abroad, said Jesse. You glanced at the photo over the shoulder, taking in the faces you'll never see again. I still can't really believe they're gone. Tyson reaches over, but instead of taking the photo, he grips Zaya's hand in his and examines the wound. We should get this cleaned up before it gets infected. First aid kit still where he always is, Jesse? Oh, you don't get another word in before Tyson helps Zaya to your feet and off to get bandaged. Lucky leans over the balcony to beckon you upstairs, and as you reach the landing, and she pulls you to the bathroom and closes the door. Well, it's like he's blocking me from getting any time alone with him. I couldn't say anything because he was always right there. On one hand, it sounds like he has no clue what's going on, but on the other, they're still alive, so it's not total loss. Of the two, that's definitely the most important thing. Just wish there was some way to know for sure Tyson is even the killer. What if we're doing all this for nothing? It's not like we can afford to stop watching die to look. There are only two of us, and someone has to keep an eye out. Sigh and pace the space, mind. You sigh and pace the space, mind going a mile a minute. It's too bad we don't have a best thing though, or something to get people over here, since everyone knows there's a killer around, so everybody's safe in the group. Without going awry, you see the notoriously tricky electrical outlet by the bathroom counter, an idea against the phone. Honestly, I think we do. Do you remember when Destiny was getting ready for you guys to see your prom? You mean when she plugged in so many hairstyling tools that she showed out the breaker and caused the power to go out for every house in a mile radius? We had neighbors come all over coming to figure out what happened and help us start the generator until the power came back on. If we have to do that again, we'll have our group. He turned away at the outlet. Showed the breaker get a moment along with Zaire and a boost to your fortress core. Quickly, you drop to your knees to peer under the sink. Search the closet. Find anything that's going to use up a good amount of energy. On it. Together, you grab every heated sliding tool you can find and plug them all in at once, but the power doesn't so much as flicker. Your dad must have had the issue fixed. Maybe, but every electrical system has a limit. I just have to find it and then push past it. You do? Yes. You? What am I supposed to do? Keep an eye on Tyson and look out for Zaire. I'm gonna phone out in case you need to text me. Let's hope this works. As long as he slips out of the room, head downstairs. You turn on all the appliances you found and give the room once over. Okay, one room down. But as you step back out into the hall, you feel your phone buzzing in your pocket, and you barely get a chance to glance at the message before you hear footsteps on the stairs. Quickly, you dash across the hall to a pile of cans left over from the party and start scooping them up. It's been how long you started cleaning this up? Hey, I thought I'd come and join you up there. Show you up here. They seem to have the hang of it downstairs. Perfect timing. If you want to finish picking things up in the hall, I'm gonna check the temperature in my room. Sure. You know the guilt that fills you at suspicion. Tyson's voice in your room. Quickly. Oh, he's gonna figure out what I'm up to. Inside, you scan a room for electronics to plug in. Fridge spin. Without hesitation, you rush over to your desk and boot up his internal hard drive. As it was your life, you glance at the door. Jeez, I wish this wasn't so loud. Take another curious look around. Quickly, you scoop the laptop and fix the charger phone between the wall and your mattress. Yes. One last look out the door and look around desperately. You grab the microphone from your bookshelf and plug it in and listen to the reverb. Let him down. Now it's time to go. But as you reach for the doorknob, you spot a lamp on your bedside table. You're sure to stick it on. Your foot notices your old white noise machine picking up under your bed. One last thing. You stoop to grab it, but before you can drag it out, you hear a voice from the doorway. Do something. You nearly avoid banging your head on the bed frame as you get to your feet and turn to face him. Just check and see if anything got knocked under here. Okay. Look, I don't want to sound paranoid, but are you trying to get away from me? No, of course not. For a moment, Tyson studies you. Then he nods and heads for the door. Right. Well, I'm gonna go clean up the study. I'll check in on you again in a bit, okay? Sure, sounds good. As Tyson heads off in the direction of the study, he can't but feel bad for lying. I gotta hurry so I can get the proof to clear Tyson's name. Take a last look around the room, plug in any main electronics you see before heading out to start on the next room. But you pass the bathroom, you notice that the cords of the things you have plugged in have been unplugged and pulled out. Unplugged and put away. Tyson must have cleaned up on his way to the study. But was he just being helpful, or does he know something's up? Either way, I'm gonna need to kick things up a notch. Head for the back stairs, creeping down them as quietly as you can. Hopefully these, plus all the things plugged in upstairs, be the push I need. Clean the settings up to the highest heat on both machines, then push start. And you got something. Both machines roar to life, and you hold your breath. But only seconds later, the lights go out, and the machines go quiet. Yes, thank God that worked. You waste no time rushing to meet the others, letting out a little sigh of relief when you find them all together. Why'd the power go out? Is a killer here? I put money in the killer being closer than you think. You resist the urge to look at Tyson and focus your gaze on his eyes fearful expression. I can't be sure about the killer, but it looks like the whole block is out. You may need to send someone in to help with the generator. Your seconds from suggesting Zaire go when Tyson steps closer. The shadows cast in his face darkens. At least that's what happened last time. Anyway, you don't say. You feel the weight of Tyson's gaze following you, but a knock on the door says you're about to read it. I got it. You open the door and can hardly keep from sighing in relief at the sight of Hassan and a small crowd of neighbors scattered on the lawn. Hey Jesse, can you spare a couple of people to help get the generator back online? Of course. But before you can even get a chance to gesture blame, Tyson speaks up. So I don't know how we go. I thought no one should be alone out there. Right, Jesse? Right. As you watch them walk off with the rest of the neighbors, Lucky comes to stand on your shoulder. Do you think they'll be okay? They're surrounded by people, so I sure hope so. Either way, we can't afford to waste any time. Turn to face her, your mind formulating a plan even as you speak. Head to Tyson's house and see if you can find anything there that can prove he's the killer. So about up to Destiny's room. If they've been seeing each other, you might have left some stuff there too. Alright, but be careful. I don't like having to move around in the dark like this. As you and Lucky part ways, you have Destiny's room. Alright, let's see what we can find. Look around the room trying to decide where to start. You need to find evidence as quickly as possible. Where's the most likely to be? They're most likely to be something damning. Go to the nightstand and open the small drawer, but it doesn't take long to see that there's something helpful inside. Damn it. Nothing but gum wrappers, hair ties, and some lip balm. You close the drawer and notice a floor pad and notebook on the nightstand's lower shelf. Quickly you open it to a random page. Looks like a diary. Man, I wouldn't have thought Destiny kept one. You flip to the end and then backtrack to the last entry to find out it is when the day you got back. I told Tyson he couldn't stay over tonight because with Jesse back and the party, there's no way we won't get caught. He seemed upset, so I suggested we go to his house, and he said no again. For someone so clingy, he's really against me going to his house. In fact, he hasn't invited me over since we started seeing each other. That's definitely suspicious. I wonder where he's hiding. I need to keep looking. This is enough on its own to prove anything. You fire off a quick test, Lucky. Dad found some weird stuff, but no proof of anything yet. I'll tell you again soon. Okay, I'm almost at Ty's house. Okay, when you get there, try... Maybe they noticed him and told me I didn't go and just tell us what time. Good idea. I'll start there. You abandon strategy and just start to rummage through everything. But other than recovering some clothes of yours you must have stolen from your closet, you don't find anything. Then your phone buzzes in your pocket. Steal my clothes well. You pull it out and see it's a video call from Lucky before answering. Hey, which one? Which one out? Jesse, something's stolen out right here. I went to talk to the neighbors, first like we suggested, and they said they haven't seen Tyson or his product for months. That's where I went over to see if I can get in, and it's majorly creepy in here. Look. Lucky turns the camera around, revealing what it looks like in a abandoned house. What the hell? It does look like no one has been there for ages. Because they haven't. Or at least they haven't been living here. Everything is covered in dust, and there's barely any food in the cabinets. It's weird, but we know that he was seeing Destiny. It's a spot where he was staying here all the time. I think he was staying closer than you or Destiny could imagine. Lucky moves over to a nearby table, holding her phone over a set of blueprints spread out on top of it. Blueprints for your house. That's my house. And this part of his circle to see. I'm not sure, but I think it's the passage between Destiny and mine. But I was just in there a few days ago. It was totally empty. Even as you say the words, you can't really remember much about the passage. It was dark, and Brian was closed in. Dread filled you. I think, Jesse, I have a bad feeling about this. I trust you. It's worth checking out again. I'll do it. Be careful. If I'm right, this is a lot more dangerous than we originally thought. Then I really hope you're wrong. You both hang up the call and try to ignore the creeping sense of dread you feel coming over you as you head for Destiny's closet. You push your way to the back of Destiny's closet and slide open the door to the passage. Okay, Ty, please don't prove Lucky right. But you can decide to use the flashlight on your phone and stop short as the light falls on the mattress, puts it against one wall. Wait, look at my sheets. And you look around, if there's someone's been living here. And if you hadn't been in such a rush from Brian, there's no way you would have missed it. Mouth falls open as you take it all in, and your eyes catch on to two strange grooves in the wall. You let in a flash of light, and curious you can't help but lean closer to peek through them. I want to see your view on the other side. Oh my god. You have your eyes away, and your heart begins to pound. Ty drilled holes in my wall to spy on me. You scurry away from the wall, and your hand knocks against a wooden box. The lock on it hangs loose, as if someone's been in it recently and left it in a hurry. I'll bet whatever's in there is better than my smoking gun. But the question is, can I stomach it? First, get the box for a deeper look onto what these walls could say if they could talk, and a boost to your fortune score. Open Pandora's box. Obviously could have got it, but I gotta know. Remember the contents of the last box you open. Remember the contents of the last box you open. You ease the lid off as gently as possible and peer inside, and breathe a sigh of relief. It's just a random cluster of paper, but there's something here making the box heavy. On the top, you find a piece of paper that looks like it's been crumpled up and then smoothed out again. You unfold it and drop it back into the box almost immediately. Oh no. Staring up at you from the page is a printed photo of Destiny's face, but each one of her features have been carefully gorged from the page and replaced with cutouts of Joseph Campbell. Above her head, in familiar handwriting, is the word "abandonizer" over and over again. I know his handwriting. It's the same as the notes left in library materials on Slappy Joe. You quickly ball the paper back up, not wanting to look at your middle-aged sister anymore. Close your eyes for a second reluctant to uncover any more of the box's secret, but you know you have to. Alana, Destiny killed her, and everyone else that's being killed deserve for someone to know the full truth of what happened to them. You force yourself to look back down the box contents and pick another thing to look at. You pick up the envelope and pull out a familiar folder. This is a copy of the photo Tyson gave me, all of us. Me, Destiny, Zaire, Lucky, Dakota. But in this version, some of the faces are crossed out. It doesn't take you long to realize everyone who's crossed out is dead. Chelsea dropped the photo, shattering the frame, and when we tried to gather all the pieces, there was a writing scrolling across the back of the photo. Goodbye, LA. Hello, fellow family. Could you have killed Destiny because she was leaving? Started to feel sick thinking about all this, but I just go put everything back in the box, two envelopes. One is trusted Destiny, and the other is trusted to you. I'm not sure I even want to see what's in these. You rip open the envelope, but find it hasn't been sealed yet. You pull out the single piece of paper and unfold it. Jesse, for everything that's happened, I realize I may never get the opportunity to tell you this in person. So I'm writing you this note to tell you why I had to kill Destiny, Coda, and the others. In short, I did it for us. I couldn't let Destiny move away, but let Lana and Roger on your family were made. I tried to explain it to Coda, but you didn't get it. I'm hoping you will. And if I don't, then what? I have to die too? You feel anger and adrenaline surge through your body, and you grip the piece of paper in your hand so tight it creases. But as much as you want to tear the letter to shreds, in frustration, you stop yourself. I don't know what's going to happen, and for all I know, I need every single piece of evidence I can get. But there's no suspicion that can make any of this worth it. You clench the letter in your fist and close your eyes, trying to focus on your breathing. Think about Lana, Destiny, and Coda, and of course you're right by the memories. Can't afford my anger to better me, not when you're counting on me. You feel like you can control yourself again. You scoop everything back into the box and close the lid. I've got to tell you about this. You drop the box under your arm and decide to crawl back to Destiny's closet. But as you do, take one last look at the mattress and the peephole is drilled in your closet, feel a burst of energy flow through you. I swear, I will do everything in my power to. I don't want to do the second one, like they don't even notice Tyson anymore. Even if it means killing Tyson in my own hands. You turn, gripping the box tightly on. Get ready, Tyson. I'm coming for you. But the need for revenge burning your chest, you scurry back through the passageway door and into Destiny's closet. Immediately, you're bathed in comfort light. The smell of her cherry blossom perfume washing over you. Wait, that smell wasn't here before. And the lights are back on, then that means... There you are, Jesse. Your eyes stops and you hear the familiar voice, and when you look up, you find Tyson staring down at you. The golden flame filling the closet doorway and leaving no room for escape. Just go back to where you came from. Just go back through the passageway. I think it's time we talk. Oh, that was a short chapter. Okay. Well, alright.